Welcome back to Zandvoort as we watch the geese flying over the North Sea coast. The sun is out. There's a party atmosphere in the air, but there is business to be sorted out as we approach the halfway point of the season for Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland. Good morning, everybody. Welcome along to the Netherlands. Welcome to Zandvoort. Yesterday, we witnessed what I believe was the longest race in the history of Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland. As we look at the air temperature, just under 22 degrees centigrade, we had a mighty incident in the first part of the race yesterday. On the initial start, we saw Max Mutzschleckner vaulting up high above the fence along with Søren Spreng. Brought out a very lengthy red flag. The race was eventually postponed and run in the evening. Yesterday evening, we saw the cars complete the race some 7 hours later, and it's there that we saw Flint Scheuring match the top 3 record of winning streaks in Carrera Cup history. He took his 4th win in a row, matching Larry Tenforder in 2024. Another win today will make him in 2nd place in that winning streak. Sven Muller has 7 wins in a row. That was all the way back in 2016. But Flint Scheuring, the Porsche Junior, undoubtedly a superstar on the ascendancy. But he has the issue of Alex Tauscher alongside him. Flint Scheuring starts in 2nd place on the grid for this race 8 of a 16-race season. But Alex Tauscher with another pole position. And Alex on Friday evening scoring his 6th pole for this race. Joe Warhurst in the sister car of Alex Tauscher, the Target Racing number 95 car, had his best ever qualifying on Friday, and he will start in 3rd place directly behind Alex Tauscher. It's another teammate that's behind Flint Scheuring as well, this time in the shape of Chester Kiefer, another driver who is taking the championship by storm. And in this case, the rookie championship, he took his 5th rookie win, his 4th rookie win in a row yesterday, launching himself very much at the top of the rookie standings. There's another Porsche Junior there in the shape of Marcus Armand. He had a win at the Red Bull Ring earlier on this season, still looking for his 2nd win. But Alex Tauscher in that pole position has been the most consistent driver this season so far. Theo Overhaus was leading the championship coming into yesterday's race, but as a result of just consistent finishes in a 2nd place yesterday for Alex Tauscher, he now moves to the top of the point standings, 5 points clear of Theo Overhaus. Flint Scheuring, though, is closing in after an awful start to the season. He has regathered his form, and with those 4 wins in a row, is closing in on Theo Overhaus, and indeed Alex Tauscher is just 8 points back. I haven't seen an official points chart yet, so these are my calculations, so treat them lightly. We've just seen Matheus Ferreira there. He had a fairly difficult day yesterday. He's currently in 5th place in the championship. Keegan Masters in 4th. Keegan had a tough time in qualifying on Friday afternoon, but really came back yesterday, working his way up through the pack to finish in 4th place. So Keegan Masters, who by my calculations is 17 points back from Alex Tauscher in the championship, still very, very much in contention. And the South African will be a force to be reckoned with if he can get somewhere up near the front. But he's got his work cut out because he's starting a long way back on the grid. He's down on row 8. So in 15th position. So Keegan Masters will have to do an awful lot of work. You can see the clock ticking down because we are getting ready to start the formation lap as we start to look towards the conclusion of part 1 of this enthralling season. The identity of the champion and who it might be, it could be any number of drivers. So much competition, so many great names up and down the pack, and it's a full field of cars that greet us here in Zandvoort for this round 4 of the season. The car's starting on that all-important formation lap as we take a look at the starting grid. Alex Tauscher with his 6th pole position in Carrera Cup Germany. Flint Schuring alongside him. Joe Warhurst lines up on row 2 with Chester Kiefer, the pole sitter for the rookies, alongside. Then it's Marcus Amand, Porsche Junior, with Theo Overhaus, also a former Porsche Junior, alongside him. Mathieu Ferreira and Wouter Borkamps on row 4. They'll be one to watch, the Team GP Elite. Then it's Niels Langeveld, local hero. Caleb Sumich had his best ever finish yesterday in this series. Another local row, Dirk Schuiten and Sam Yongyan, both Dutch drivers, occupying row 6. And they're ahead of Great Britain's Gus Burton with Daniel Ross from Sweden alongside. Keegan Masters, a lot of work to do from row 8. He has Jean-Luc Tucciaroglu for company. And then on row 9, Aldo Festante guesting from Italy with Sebastian Freimut alongside him. Nick Ho, another of the many Dutch drivers, has the Frenchman Louis Perrault for company on row 10 of the grid. And then Montego Massin and Dylan Yip all the way from Hong Kong making up the next row. And they are ahead of Jonas Greif and another guesting driver, pole for the Pro-Ams, Niels Trost. Alexandra Vatova lines up in 25th, and she has Gustav Bergstrom alongside her. Then it's Max Muschleckner. After that big moment yesterday, they've got the car back together, and he will start alongside Ahmed Al-Shihad. Target competition have worked hard to get that car on the grid. Sam Shaheen did a shoey on the podium yesterday. We won't talk about that. Has Mikael Espen alongside him. And then bringing up the rear, Søren Spreng. I haven't had visual confirmation of his presence yet. Because he was another of the drivers that was involved in that massive incident at the start of the race yesterday. So we are at Circuit Zandvoort, a circuit that is 4.259 kilometers around, 14 turns, 10 of them to the right and 4 to the left. There is the driver classification, and that's encouraging. It ties in with what I've got as well. Alex Tauscher leading Theo Overhaus by 5 points. That's a great relief. So here we are then, the cars in the sunshine on the grid. This is the moment where the heartbeats are starting to race. The cars are silent, and there is Søren Spreng, and looks like he's in a different car. So the team replacing the number 5 car after that incident yesterday. And so good to see he's in the race. That means we have a full complement of 32 cars. It's all very tense as the indication is given from the back that we are getting ready for those 5 red lights to go out, and we are go. Tauscher, a shot right in front of Flint Schuring. He knew exactly what he was doing as they headed in towards turn 1, but has that allowed Joe Warhurst and Chester Kiefer to get involved as well? Tauscher, he has checked out and gone out of turn 1. They come towards turn 2. A very aggressive start from Tauscher. He knew what he had to do, but there's a car that's got spin out. There's Marcus Amand, by the looks of things, who's been turned around. It looks like it might be Alexandra Vatova who's having a moment as well. Yes, it is Marcus Amand. So he regathers it up into turn 3. So a bit of a wild ride through the back corner. It looks like everyone has survived, and in fact that's Max Muschleckner and just ahead of him. And there is Alexandra Vatova. She's got fluid coming from the car. It doesn't look too encouraging for her. It may well be she'll need to bring that into retirement. That'll be a real shame for the Bulgarian driver, supported by Iron Dames. Real character. Really lovely to have her on the grid, but it looks like her day may well be shortened. The cars are looking slightly slow, but I think it's just the camera angle. I'm wondering if we've got a safety car for some reason. We haven't. It's Alex Tauscher with that start, who shuts the door on Flint Schuring. Oh, and Vatova is now stopped at the side of the track, so this may well bring out a safety car. So, well, she's got it moving again, so hopefully she can get it back to the pits, but you can see the car is damaged. Her day is almost certainly done. Clearly involved in all sorts of dramas in that turn 3. At the moment, Tauscher leads the way from Flint Schuring. Joe Warhurst in that 3rd place, looking for his first ever podium in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland, but he's got Theo Erberhaus up behind him. Wouter Burkamp's there as well. Mathieu Ferreira. Sam Yongyan is leading for the rookies. So Chester Kiefer in all of that has dropped all the way back down into 12th place, 3rd place in the rookies. So Kiefer has got mugged at the start of the race in all that drama that we saw. Now Joe Warhurst going wheel to wheel with Theo Erberhaus. Wouter Burkamp's in the background as well, looking for a setup on that car. Out of turn 3 they come. There's Chester Kiefer also coming through in the background, and that's Gus Burton also off the pace. So the 57 car going slowly as well. Everybody else rattling around as quick as you like. Keegan Masters up to 13th place at the moment. He needed to make good progress at the start of this race, but our rookie leader is Sam Yongyan in 8th place overall. So what happened to Chester Kiefer? There was so much going on that opening lap. It was hard to keep on top of it. Keegan Masters at the moment, keep an eye on him as he's up behind the number 88 car. The yellow flags are waving for Alexandra Vatova at the moment. So the drivers will need to lift off there as they come past. You can see, looked like Flint Schuring and Alex Tauscher were occupying a fairly similar bit of track. We'll wait to see what it looks like when they come out of the next corner. We're still under green flag conditions. Look how aggressive this was from Tauscher. Turned sharp right. He knew that Flint Schuring is good at the starts, and he knew he was going to have to shut the door. Joe Warhurst fancied to go at both of them. Now Chester Kiefer is the one who got together with Marcus Armand, I think. There were 3 abreast into turn 1. So much was going on all the way down through the pack. Looking here at, you can see Kiefer did get alongside Joe Warhurst briefly and alongside his teammate. Armand almost made it around the outside into 2nd place, but then got involved in turn 3. This is the view into turn 3. Got clipped, and that slowed down Kiefer as well. It's under investigation, no surprises there. And then Alexandra Vatova getting caught up in all that as well. Fortunately, I don't think she got collected by anyone else after she'd come to a stop. The view on board with Armand, it was a kind of an all-or-nothing move around the outside of turn 1. Getting alongside Chester Kiefer, there was a clonk there, but that wasn't the deciding moment. And then it was here, Joe Warhurst looking back there. And there was a bit of contact with Joe Warhurst that saw Marcus Armand turning around. That, in turn, slowed Chester Kiefer. But, of course, there's always a bit of a scrum as you head into that turn 3 for the first time. Kaleb Sumic had a Code Brown moment, as indeed, I think that was Sebastian Freimuth who was behind him. There was Keegan Masters in the number 3 car as well, on board with Niels Langeveld. He would have seen the smoke and was seeing that as an opportunity because he's up to 7th place. So good job from Niels Langeveld there as well. But cars scattering left and right. That was Wouter Burkamps in the number 25 car. So he made up some positions as a result of that as well. We don't have any safety cars at the moment, so Alexandra Vatova's car has been covered off by a localised yellow, which is good news, especially for Alex Tauscher, because he doesn't want Flint Schuring any closer. Gus Burton into the pits, so Burton is out, so clearly issues there. Now Sam Yongyan in the 65 car, challenging for 7th place. Niels Langeveld is in 7th place. Sam Yongyan in 8th place, so Yongyan trying to move his way up into that 7th place. Chester Kiefer, the rookie leader in the championship, trying to find his way back. He's 2nd in the rookies at the moment. It would still be valuable points, but he wants to try and catch up with Sam Yongyan. Between him and Sam is the number 34 car of Dirk Schuiten, with his many legions of very loud fans who will be cheering on Dirk Schuiten in that 9th place. Alex Tauscher holding off Flint Schuring. It's going to be a lot of pressure for the next 24 minutes. There they are, 1st and 2nd. They've broken well clear of Joe Warhurst, who would dearly love to get his first podium. But Theo Erberhaus is looking very quick indeed. The quickest man on the track at the moment. I said keep an eye out for him. Keegan Masters, he's in 11th place and 138.011. So Keegan Masters, the man in black, the only problem for him, he's now up behind Chester Kiefer. So he's going to have to work his way through an awful lot of traffic to go any further forwards. But Keegan Masters needs the points. He is a 2-times champion of Carrera Cup Italy. Right, the incident on lap 1 is under investigation. but we have no penalties that have been issued, or no. That's the one with Alexandra Vatova, also involved Niels Trost and also Gustav Bergstrom. So that's under investigation. And across the line come our race leaders, well clear. They are 2.8 seconds clear of Joe Warhurst in third place. Warhurst having to defend like mad. Now, Theo Overhouse had a little look on the inside, up into the turn 3 banking. They will come once again. Warhurst may well be trying to preserve his tyres, because this is a tyre-eating track. You need grip at the end. He goes high up on the banking. Overhouse goes to the inside. Wouter Boerkamp sees this as a potential opportunity to get past both of them, but keep an eye on Mathieu Ferreira in the background, at the back of that queue of 4 cars. Mathieu Ferreira showed at the last round at Spa-Francorchamps and at Red Bull Ring how good he is in the traffic. He can come through the traffic, and he will be trying to pressurise all those cars in front of him. At the moment, Joe Warhurst in the last of the podium positions in that third place. Can he hold on to that? Can he get his first ever podium? Theo Overhouse is going to try and do everything he can to ruin all of his dreams. At the moment, though, Warhurst has this under control. Fourth place, Overhouse. Wouter Boerkamp is there as well, and that might be a gift for Joe Warhurst, because if Theo Overhouse challenges Joe Warhurst and doesn't make it stick, Boerkamp will be through. Mathieu Ferreira may well follow him as well. So Theo Overhouse is going to have to draw on all the experience that he has. Theo Overhouse in his 56th race of Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland, holding on to that fourth place. There's Warhurst, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, running together. Then a gap back slightly to Niels Langeveld, who's rushing to join this battle. Then it is our rookie leader, Sam Yongyan, in 8th place overall. Then Dirk Schuiten, then Chester Keeper. This is so tense. Now Keegan Masters into turn 1. He's going to try and challenge Chester Keeper. Also there, Sam Yongyan as well, going wheel to wheel with Dirk Schuiten. Schuiten finding a route past the number 65 car, so Schuiten moves up a position. Now Sam Yongyan has his main rival in the rookie championship up behind him, but he has his own problems in the shape of Keegan Masters. Into turn 3 we come once again. You can see how hard they're pushing as the dust rises up into the air on board with Dirk Schuiten to the inside of Sam Yongyan. That's how he got that position heading into turn 1. He sailed through and stole that position away. So Dirk Schuiten into that 8th place. Yongyan down to 9th. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. All running nose to tail. Overhouse once again showing himself to the inside of Joe Warhurst. Part of the track where overtaking is not necessarily that easy. Trying to unsettle the Brits, trying to make him make a mistake. Meanwhile, Joe's teammate Alex Tauscher has opened up a gap of 1.2 seconds over Flint Schuring. Flint, who wants to extend that winning streak to 5 races and move himself into 2nd place on the record of winning streaks. But at the moment, Alex Tauscher has only ever won at the Nürburgring. Meanwhile, Marcus Armand is trying to find his way back up through the pack, but he's gone onto the gravel track. He sails out in front of one of the 4th racing by Atlas cars. He rejoins, but Marcus Armand's day seems to be going from bad to worse. He was in 16th place. I think it was Monty Masson that he came out in front of. Let's have a look here. Louis Perrault there in the 77 car. So it may have been Perrault and Masson that he came in front of, both of them. Well, there goes Perrault, and here comes Masson. No, the 77 car and the 66 car running together. It's a wild ride for Marcus Armand, the other of the Porsche juniors. And that was trying to get past Louis Perrault, and that might be where he outbrakes himself. Now Theo Overhouse has found a route past Joe Warhurst, but Warhurst is fighting back to the inside. This is for 3rd place in the race, bouncing over the curb. So much bravery from these drivers, and Joe Warhurst back in front into Scheiblack, but now Overhouse to the inside. The 2 cars running absolutely side by side. It's a block of 4 cars because Wouter Boerkamp sees this as an opportunity. Mathieu Ferreira is going to try and get all of them into the corner. They come at the moment. Theo Overhouse has that position. Joe Warhurst now having to defend from Wouter Boerkamp, but Theo Overhouse up into that 3rd place. Joe Warhurst down to 4th. Can he do anything about the number 44 car for ID Racing? Overhouse waited for his moment. He saw the opportunity. He poked his nose in, but Warhurst is not done yet. Wouter Boerkamp is there as well, looking dangerous. Mathieu Ferreira drops back slightly. In the background is all kicking off. Niels Langeveld is in there as well. So many cars fighting for positions in the background. Chester Kiefer coming through because Kiefer is the new rookie leader at the moment, but he's not anymore because he's got wide onto the dirt. He drops back. Sam Yongyan retakes the lead for the rookies. So Kiefer drops back. So much action. Look at this along the pit straight. Keegan Masters challenging Dirk Schuten into turn 1. This is for 8th place. Keegan Masters, after that tough qualifying session with so much pace here in this race, is on the outside, and Niels Langeveld in the number 10 car. So Keegan Masters now showing up in 7th place. What an astonishing drive from the South African. Everybody fighting behind. There's cars going left, right and centre. So much contact in the background. Now, was that Langeveld? Yes, it was. It went high, just clipped the barrier at the top of turn 3. So much going on in this race. We can hardly keep on top of it. At the moment, the leader in the rookies is Caleb Sumich. His Chester Kiefer is off once again onto the gravel. Clearly, he's got issues with that car, and now he drops all the way back behind Nick Ho, certainly there as well. Also looked like Dylan Yip had come through, but Chester Kiefer with an awful lot of work to do. In fact, that's the number 7 car, Niels Trost, who was in 21st position. So that is where Chester Kiefer looks like he's ending up at the moment. He's got a lot of work to do there. Caleb Sumich from Australia leads the way in the rookie race in 9th place overall. We have a safety car. There may be debris on the track. It might just be because the race director will want to cool everybody down a bit. In race control, Lucas Stegner, aided by the 2005 champion Christian Menzel and Christoph Majszak. They are making the decisions. They are watching this race. That was the moment where Chester Kiefer went south, and it was, I think it might have been one of the Fork racing cars that made contact. Not entirely sure, but it all started heading into turn 1. What a wild ride that was. We're not even at the halfway point on the rest. It was Niels Langeveld who's on the outside of him, and Langeveld certainly made contact with the turn 3 fencing. Schuten on the inside of Langeveld going into 3, and that was where Langeveld removed one of the signs from the fence. Up he went, and Sam Yongyan got into the back of Schuten. That was a Dutch sandwich going on there, and that was where Caleb Sumich kept his cool and sailed through into the lead for the rookies. And Caleb Sumich looking for his first ever win in the rookies, and what a way to get it if he can keep it here for the rest of this race. So that was the view on board with Sam Yongyan, as we saw all the Dutch drivers, well, most of them all getting together in one big heap on turn 3. Everybody wants to win in front of the home crowd. There's, of course, another Dutch driver up in 2nd place at the moment. He's not worried about this. Sam Yongyan very much in the hunt for the points standings for the rookies. And Chester Kiefer coming into this race, the rookie leader in the point standings. Right, well, safety car is going to come in on this lap, so it was a very short one. I think it might have been for debris. There's probably plenty of that around the circuit. If the race remained as it is now, well, good luck with that. Flint Schuring would be 13 points behind Alex Tauscher. Theo Overhaus would drop down to 3rd. Remember, he was leading the point standings coming into this race. That is why Theo Overhaus was so desperate to get past Joe Warhurst. And I don't think Joe is done yet. Joe's best finish so far has been a 5th place. That was at the Red Bull Ring earlier this year. He dearly wants to get a bit of silverware in the overall race. So, Alex Tauscher, he'd opened up a bit of a gap. Now he hits the accelerator. Of course, the safety car closed up all the gaps. Flint Schuring will see this as an opportunity, but we already know what Alex Tauscher thinks of Flint Schuring, the way he shut the door into turn 1 at the start of the race. He knows that Flint Schuring is dangerous, and is proving it now, covering him off. Into turn 1 they come. Schuring sees this as an opportunity, but Theo Overhaus is going to try and take advantage of both of them. This is for the lead of the race. Theo Overhaus alongside Flint Schuring in the background. Joe Warhurst has been mugged by Wouter Burkhout, but he comes back on turn 2. Mathieu Ferreira in there as well. Brilliant racing. Alex Tauscher up high on the banking. Flint Schuring still in second. Theo Overhaus looking hungry to move up a step on the podium, but keep an eye on Wouter Boerkamps. We knew he was going to be quick in this race. Didn't have the setup that he needed for qualifying on Friday afternoon, but we know that car is incredibly quick. He is so eager to get up onto the podium. So Wouter Boerkamps in that 4th place. At the moment, the first 3 have broken clear slightly. Joe Warhurst holding on to 5th place. Mathieu Ferreira, though, moves to the inside of Joe. Mathieu Ferreira has a nose in front. Keegan Masters, keep an eye on the number 3 car. Daniel Roos as well in the 88 car. Haven't said much about him, but he is always in the fight. Daniel Roos, very much a contender here as well. Everybody all stacked up together. Alex Tauscher leading the way. Flint Schuring flashing the lights, putting the pressure on, trying to unsettle the race leader. 1, 2, 3, they've broken clear. Here comes Dirk Schuiten to the inside of the rookie leader. Caleb Sumich shuts the door. Who is behind Caleb Sumich? It is Sam Yongyan for the rookies. This could get personal. The number 65 car versus the number 14 car for the win in the rookies. The yellow boxes around the driver's number on your graphic indicating the rookies. Leading for the Pro-Ams at the moment. Haven't even mentioned Niels Trost yet in 21st place overall because there's so much drama going on up front, because Keegan Masters now challenging for 6th place, bouncing off Mathieu Ferreira into turn 1. Ferreira holding on at the moment. Up ahead of them is Joe Warhurst. Joe would be quite happy if Mathieu Ferreira and Keegan Masters would just beat it out of each other for a while, because that would allow him to break clear. Dirk Schuiten comes sailing up the inside of Keegan Masters. 12 minutes remaining of this race, just over. So much drama, and a penalty lap for car 17, Gustav Bergstrom, for causing a collision. Gustav's down in 23rd at the moment. He'll have to pass through the penalty box and be the equivalent of adding 5 seconds onto his lap time. 1, 2, 3 at the moment. Tauscher, Schuring, Overheist. This could all change in a moment. Marcus Armand never gives up. Now he's trying to work his way back up through the pack. Another driver who never gives up. Just behind him, Niels Lagerveld, Sebastian Freiman in there as well. Everybody fighting for every point they can get. Anyone who thought this was going to be a dull race were very, very much mistaken. This is incredible stuff. Chester Kiefer coming back through the pack after a couple of excursions into the gravel trap. He'll want to get as many points as he can. He's down in 19th place at the moment. Race control now giving a penalty lap, this time to Dirk Schuiten for forcing another car off the track. What a shame for the Dutch driver. In the background, you can see Gustav Bergstrom just slowing down to go through the penalty box. As a result of that safety car, everyone bunched up together. He loses so many places, and the similar pain is going to befall Dirk Schuiten. He's currently in 9th place. Now Alex Tauscher for the lead of the race. Flint Schuring to the inside. The 2 cars bounce off each other. They both slide around turn 1. Into turn 2 they come. Tauscher having to withstand insane amounts of pressure from Flint Schuring. This is for the lead of the race with 10.5 minutes remaining. It's Tauscher, but the Dutch local driver Flint Schuring looking for another win. Tauscher, the championship leader. Flint Schuring, the driver who has won the last 4 races in a row. Theo Overhaus, 2nd in the championship, directly behind them as well. Sorry, Theo Overhaus 3rd in the championship, directly behind them as well. I think Theo Overhaus 2nd in the championship. We got there in the end. Right, look at the replay. It's turn 1, and this was it. So it was a dive bomb from Flint Schuring. Could barely get it slowed down. The back end of the car sliding. There was a gap there. He came from a long way back. What do they say? Send it. That's exactly what he did. Up into turn 2 they went, and then up into turn 3. But Alex Tauscher had anticipated well. Another of the local drivers, this time Nick Ho, getting spat out into the gravel and into the runoff area. So, at the moment, Tauscher has fought off the oncoming storm as we see Dirk Schuiten passing through, and it looks like Sam Yongyan passing through as well. I've had no indication that Sam Yongyan has even had a penalty. Not flashed up on any screens. So Sam Yongyan didn't need to pass through the penalty box that I can see, but it looked like he went through as well. At the moment, Caleb Sumich leads for the rookies. As a result of that, that is baffling because now it's flashed up, so there was a penalty for Sam Yongyan. It's just appeared on the timing screen as we speak. There we go. So that's why he passed through as well. Our stewards taking zero tolerance. I'm going to be looking at videos until it's dark tonight. So much drama going on. You can see from your graphic that Flint Schuring is the quickest man on the track. A brief look there at Sam Yongyan. Good job we can't lip read what's going on inside that helmet. But at the moment, Tauscher with 4/10 to the good of Flint Schuring. Schuring's not done yet. 8.5 minutes remaining. There's a car passing through one of the target cars with smoke pouring from it. There's bits of car everywhere at the moment. This has been a bruising race for these drivers. In the Pro-Ams, Niels Trost leads the way. It was Dylan Yip who had the issue. So Dylan Yip for Team Proton, the driver who comes all the way from Hong Kong. What happened to Dylan here? We're looking at turn 3. Jonas Greif was there. Aldo Fastante had a wide moment, and Dylan Yip did well to keep that out of the barrier. In the previous race for Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux that was before this, we saw something very similar to this in terms of a car losing it on the exit of turn 3, and it ended up upside down. So Dylan Yip did a good job there. The safety car is out. So this, probably good news for Alex Tauscher. Gives him an opportunity to back off, and there's Aldo Fastante. I think he would have got a bit of damage out of that as well. Certainly nothing malicious there, but both cars coming off the worst as a result of it. There's Dirk Schuten in the background. Sam Yongyan was trying to get into the penalty box. He got clipped by Marcus Armand. Now the stewards will need to look at that and decide whether Yongyan took the penalty properly or not. You'd think that they would take into account that Marcus Armand was there when Yongyan was trying to turn into the box, and he had a wild moment. He tried to get into the box. He missed the beginning. Don't think he gained any advantage there. He certainly had his work cut out controlling that car. Sam Yongyan, a frustrating race for him. Not so for Caleb Sumich. He leads for the rookies in 9th place overall. There's Aldo Fastante, the guesting driver, number 28 from Italy. Always a welcome addition here. He got a 5th place in the opening race at Imola. Got a 9th place yesterday. Dylan Yip, another driver, shows enormous potential and had an 11th place in the first race at the Red Bull Ring, but it's going to have a no score here at Zandvoort. I should think Alex Tauscher will be saying, take your time, chaps. I've got all the time in the world here. As we see Aldo Fastante strolling back to the garage. Do hope we'll see him again when the season continues in the second half, because he really is a very welcome addition. So we have 6.25 minutes remaining of this, the halfway race of the season, race 8 of a 16-race season, and that's Gianluca Tucciaroglu. While all that was going on, hadn't even noticed Gianluca retiring as well, so his bad luck continues. So he has been in the pits for some time. So Gianluca out, Alexandra Vatova is out, Gus Burton is out, Dylan Yip is out, Aldo Fastante is out as well. That means I think we got 26 runners on very hard. We really work them hard when we come to Zandvoort, and they are doing a sterling job picking up all the debris. Really important, because those shards of bodywork can cause a puncture very, very easily. So catch a breath, everybody. This crowd here in the grandstand will have been thoroughly entertained. Wouldn't know what had hit them if they hadn't seen this before. The noise, the speed, the drama. Our race leader is Alex Tauscher, starter from pole position. Has had Flint Schuring behind him the whole way. Flint has thrown everything at this. Almost got in front. Theo Overhaus in 3rd place. Wouter Borkamps in 4th place. Good progress for him. Joe Warhurst in 5th place, looking to match his best ever finish. Then it's Mathieu Ferreira in 6th. Keep an eye on Keegan Masters in 7th, ahead of Daniel Rose. Caleb Sumich in 9th place leads the way for the rookies, ahead of Marcus Armand, still in the top 10 despite several excursions. 2nd in the rookies is Montego Masson. He's in 14th place as we ride on board with Sam Yongyan, who's down in 17th at the moment, and 4th in the rookies. 3rd in the rookies, despite several visits to the gravel, is Chester Kiefer in 15th place overall. So the incident of Sam Yongyan trying to get into the penalty box and finding a 99 car in his way is under investigation by our race directors. So that's yet another thing that they are looking at. So at the moment, the bumper crowd who are still pouring into the circuit. Those who arrive late won't know what they've missed. Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland. Less than 4 minutes remaining. So if we do get back to green flag racing, it is going to be pretty frantic because there's going to be very little time, and with everybody nose to tail, the opportunists in the field, and there's many of them, will see this as an opportunity to gain points. Ahmed Al-Shihab's doing a great job, by the way, in second place in the Pro-Ams, and Sam Shaheen looking for a double podium. Right, the lights are off on the safety car, so clearly it is coming in with less than 3.5 minutes plus 1 lap remaining of this race. Hold on, everybody. This is going to be dramatic. Alex Tauscher on the accelerator. He goes early into 13. Flint Schuring has anticipated it well. This time around will be his best opportunity to make a challenge as they head in past the pits in towards turn 1. Schuring taking a high line. All hellers breaking out behind as well. Joe Warhurst having to defend like mad into turn 1. Looks like Mathieu Ferreira on the outside of him. Flint Schuring challenging on the outside of Alex Tauscher. Tauscher defends, and that pushes Schuring back into the clutches of Theo Overhaus. Overhaus up into second place. Wouter Boerkamps up into third place, and suddenly Schuring has it all to do again. Boerkamps goes really high up onto the turn 3 banking, so everybody fighting for the last of those podium positions. What did I say about safety cars, breeding safety cars and making the competition even fiercer than before? Schuring is back into that third place at the moment, so Boerkamps back down into fourth place, but all to play for. 8th place overall, Caleb Sumich leading for the rookies. So much going on here. Keep an eye, Keegan Masters, 7th place as well. Joe Wilhurst down to 6th place, Mathieu Ferreira. And an investigation for Caleb Sumich. Is this going to be disaster for him? Potentially overtaking before the start-finish line. A big no-no. Second in the rookies, despite all that he's been through. Chester Kiefer. Let's have a look again at the start, going into turn 1. And Flint Schuring, having tried the outside the previous time, now went for the inside the previous time, now went for the outside, and a contact there from Alex Tauscher, the back end of the number 13 car, giving a bit of a thump to Flint Schuring. And everybody scrapping for those positions. Marcus Armand, never give up. And that's him on board up ahead of him. Daniel Rose, who's really mixing it this weekend. Great stuff here. And now Theo Overhaus feels the might of Flint Schuring. This is for second place, but this is a gift for Alex Tauscher. While these two are scrapping over that second place, Tauscher is able to break clear at the front. He's got about a second over this fight that's going on here while they're running side by side. It means that Tauscher is clear at the front. Now Flint Schuring gets that second place back. He's got less than a minute of timed racing now. Get after Alex Tauscher and launch an attack on the leader. But is Tauscher too far ahead? Behind them, Theo Overhaus, Wouter Boerkamps, Mathieu Ferreira, Joe Warhurst in 6th place, Keegan Masters in 7th, Marcus Armand still in 8th place despite all that he's been through. Caleb Sumich leading for the rookie steer. There's Søren Spreng. Oh, not the second car that he's dented here. What's happened here with Søren Spreng? It wasn't his fault, the one that he had yesterday. This one, it was an encounter with Sam Shaheen, the Australian in the number 23 car. Sam, who's currently in 3rd place in the Pro-Ams and looking for his second consecutive podium for the Pro-Ams. He did a shoey finishing second yesterday. Good luck with that. But getting together with Søren Spreng and the number 5 car with a little bit of damage, bits falling off. That's the second rear wing that he's done, that's for sure. Søren Spreng, though, looks like he's able to continue. He's in 24th overall in this race. Right, the clock struck 0. Here comes Alex Tauscher to the line. So now he will start the very last lap of the race. There's the final lap board. Is Flint Schuring close enough to make a challenge for the lead? I don't think he is. He's the quickest man on the track, but he's running out of time. And if he makes that challenge, Theo Overhaus is just behind him, ready to jump if he gets an opportunity. Mathieu Ferreira has his teammate ahead of him in the shape of Wouter Boerkamps and would very, very much like to take away that 4th place. Up onto the turn 3 banking they come. In the background, Joe Warhurst in 6th place, solid points there. Keegan Masters in 7th, Marcus Armand Caleb Sumich still leading for the rookies, but under investigation. We head up the hill once again, and then it'll be down towards Shy Black for the very last time in a race that has had absolutely everything. Alex Tauscher looks to be clear of Flint Schuring. Now they come in towards turn 8 and then round to turn 9. He will come for the very last time. The battles for the places further back are not over yet either. It's turn 10, they will come, and then it'll be in towards turn 11 into the Hans-Ernst chicane for the very, very last time. Alex Tauscher leading the way at the moment. He just needs to hold it all together because Flint Schuring is too far back to make any kind of challenge. Alex Tauscher now into turn 12, up into 13 in just a few minutes for the very, very last time. Here he comes into 13. Alex Tauscher, he's won twice before in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland. Both times have been at the Nürburgring. Now he is a 3-times winner at Zandvoort. He wins the race, race 8 of the season. As we approach the halfway point of the season, Alex Tauscher takes the win, breaking the run of wins for Flint Schuring. Theo Overhaus with a podium behind third place. Then Wouter Bergkamp, Mathieu Ferreira, Joe Warhurst in 6th, ahead of Keegan Masters, Marcus Armand. Caleb Sumich wins for the rookies, although he is under investigation at the moment. Second in the rookies, Chester Kiefer. Sam Yongyan with a podium in the rookies as well. You can see Alex celebrating inside the car. He said to me on Thursday, I just want to win at somewhere other than the Nürburgring. I mean, he's not complaining about winning at the Nürburgring, but he wanted to prove he can win everywhere. He had a double pole position here at Zandvoort. It got away from him yesterday. He got solid points for second place, but now the win, his third win in his career in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland, and he breaks that run of wins for Flint Schuring, and he will extend his lead at the top of the championship with a maximum point score of 25. Theo Overhaus with that third place behind Flint Schuring, and Schuring with another solid haul of points. So by my calculations, as we look at the results there, Wouter Bergkamp's good job there. That's also the case of Mathieu Ferreira. Joe Warhurst with 6 good solid points there. Also Keegan Masters and Marcus Armand. And there are the remaining places. Caleb Sumich winning subject to confirmation for the rookies ahead of Chester Kiefer and Sam Yongyan. So by my calculations, Alex Tauscher will lead Flint Schuring by 13 points in the championship, with Theo Overhaus 1 point behind them. That is very, very much subject to confirmation. But I think that Tauscher has certainly extended his lead at the top. And I need to go and have a little lie down. That was a wild race for Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland. We look again at Alex Tauscher crossing the line. Okay, a penalty lap has been awarded to Caleb Sumich for that jump start on the restart, and that shuffles him off the podium. Guess who the rookie winner is? Chester Kiefer wins for the rookies despite all sorts of drama. So a penalty for the Australian. Caleb Sumich, such a shame. A little bit too eager on the overtaking at the restart of that race. He got a penalty lap. It means that Kiefer wins for the rookies. Sam Yongyan is second for the rookies. Montego Masson third for the rookies. So Caleb Sumich is going to have to wait a little longer for that first win. But his sister car with Alex Tauscher at the wheel, well, that ties in roughly with what I was thinking. There we go, 13 points adrift for Flint Schuring. Theo Overhaus 14. This championship is going to run and run. Alex Tauscher, Mr. Consistency, beats the roof of the car. And now, the relief. When I spoke to him earlier, he said, I've never really got on with this place at Zandvoort. I've always had issues here. Well, he's had no issues this weekend. A win to go with a second place for yesterday. His record this year, second, third, fourth, third, second, first. What a record. And it is consistency that wins championships, not just race wins. And he has been consistent in every race. As we reach the halfway point of the season, Alex Tauscher leads the way, but beware, Flint Schuring is closing in. Tail Overhouse is still there as well. So Flint removing his helmet and his hands device. Was very under the weather coming into this week, was struggling with cold or flu or something.
Yeah, but I have to, otherwise I go straight. That's also, you know, where you gain all the time on me.
So
Because you're way quicker than me.
a bit of heated discussion between himself and Flint Schuring, clearly talking about that moment where they came together on the exit of turn 1.
Yeah.
And Alex certainly unapologetic, as is his right. There's Flint, his brother Morris, his dad Gervin there as well. And there is Gervin in the white shirt. And there is Morris. And clearly Flint not entirely happy about the defence that Alex put up. But the stewards haven't flagged any issues there. And Alex Tauscher stands holding the number 1 board. I mentioned he hadn't been well. He had been coming from his bed to the race seat and then back to his bed, just trying to recover. And it hasn't slowed him down, though. Likes to do his talking on the track. And he's done that today, as he now has the interviews. Alex Tauscher with his 3rd win. He won last year at the Nürburgring. He won the year before at the Nürburgring. Now he gets his 3rd win in front of Flint Schuring's friends, families and sponsors here on the home track of the Dutch driver. And he extends his lead at the top of the championship. So Alex Tauscher victorious here. So from here, there's not much of a break as we head into part 2 of the season. While we have a gap, while we're waiting for the podium. It's the Lausitz Ring, which will be next. That'll be 3rd week of June. Using part of the tri-oval there. Always very spectacular. And then after that, we head to the streets of Nuremberg, to the Norris Ring. And that really will be spectacular. Always is around such a small circuit. Then it's back to the Nürburgring in August. And then a bit of a break before the season closer, which will be at Hockenheim in October. Alex Tauscher, the relief, the pressure that he had felt for so long at just being able to win somewhere other than the Nürburgring. And you can see actually the emotions just starting to pour out here as Alex just see how much is invested in the racing here, in winning. And it's so good to see emotions from drivers. They're not machines. They're real people with real emotions. And for Alex, he has wanted this so much. He has been so consistent. He's been thinking of the bigger picture. He's been thinking of the championship. But he said to me on Thursday, I just need to win. I need to get back to the top step of the podium. And it needs to be somewhere as well as the Nürburgring. And that's exactly what he's done today. But did he have to fight for that? He had to fight so hard. And finally, the emotions come. And as we just wait for him to have his interviews for the TV, we say thank you to everyone who is watching around the world. We know that Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland has garnered so many fans. And we know you watch us as far afield as Australia and Canada and in China and in Kuwait. And we read all your comments, we hear all your feedback. We really value your positive responses to the racing this year and to the show that we put on. And Morris just congratulating Alex Tauscher. And the series here of Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland has garnered so many new fans as people discover pure racing, absolute pure racing. No BOPs, no driver changes, no pit stops. It is just an explosion of energy for 30 minutes as these drivers give it everything. And the drama that we've seen during this race is just spectacular. And we've seen it all season long. It was a bruising start in Imola where we saw Theo Overhaus take back-to-back wins from pole position. And then at the Red Bull Ring, where we saw Marcus Armand steal the win away from Alex Tauscher after he'd started on that pole position. Then it was that run of 4 wins for Flint Schuring before Alex Tauscher came back to take the win here in race 2 at Zandvoort. A lot of interviews to be done, and that's why we're just waiting for the podium. But now finally, the voice of Jan Schmidt echoes around the Zandvoort circuit as we welcome onto the podium a handshake to Theo Overhaus from the race winner, and Overhaus to the podium.
Next, we want to honor our second place driver from the Netherlands. Please welcome on the second step of the podium, Flint Schuring.
Flint Schuring worked so hard, did everything that he could to wrestle that lead away. But today, the headlines will go the way of Germany's Alex Tauscher, as for the 3rd time in his career, he stands on the top step of the podium for Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland.
And we want to honor our winning team, Target Competition. Please welcome the team manager on the podium, Andreas Gummerer.
So Andreas Gummerer from Target Competition, the team manager, got his work cut out with so many cars.
And in honor of the winning driver, we are now listening to the German.
But now it's time for the German national anthem.
Congratulations.
What an insane race that was.
And now we are coming.
So much tenacity shown by Alex Tauscher.
Will be handed by Porsche Motorsport Works driver Maurice Schuring for Theo Overhaus.
So Maurice Schuring, the winner of Le Mans 24-hour race course, younger brother of Flint Schuring, presents the 3rd place trophy. Of course, former DTM driver as well. And great to welcome Carsten Soerns back. Chief Financial Officer of Porsche Deutschland was presenting trophies yesterday.
And we're going to continue with the winning trophy for the winner of this race.
But the winning trophy
will once again be presented by Maurice Schuring.
Maurice Schuring will present the winner's trophy to Alex Tauscher. The driver who beat his younger brother receives that trophy. It's one that Alex Tauscher will no doubt treasure and remember forever.
This one will be handed by Carsten Soerns, Chief Financial Officer of
and Carsten Soerns
for Andreas Gummerer.
Presents Andreas Gummerer the trophy for Target Competition. And that, of course, is Target's first win of the season,
on this podium,
as they all gather on the podium for the photographs. And we reflect on what has been an astonishing halfway race of the season. Race 2 here at Zandvoort. It had absolutely everything. Both races here this weekend have been insane. I reckon we could do it all again. We're going to be trying at the Lausitz Ring the 19th to the 21st of June, where we will be back in Germany we will be on part of the Tri-Oval at the Lausitz Ring, and we will continue with the second half of the season for Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland, where we will find out whether Alex Tauscher can continue to extend his lead at the top of the championship. Or will Flint Schering be back for revenge? Theo Overhaus will be there as well as all the other drivers. We look forward to seeing you in about 3 weeks' time at the Lausitz Ring. Until then, for myself, Brian Oliver, it's goodbye from Zandvoort.